Welcome back again, you guys. It's Amanda here, as usual. I hope that your crocheting has been going well. Have you been able to make several rows yet? And as always, if you have any questions, comments, any thoughts, anything you'd like to see a video on, comment below, and I will look at those. So hopefully now you get the basic idea of how to do the chain stitch and how to do the single crochet stitch, which is super awesome. Keep practicing. You are well on your way to making all kinds of really cool stuff. So today we're going to talk about another stitch that you can add to your little portfolio of crochet stitches, you know, and that is the double crochet. And it's basically about twice as tall as a single crochet, you know, so single crochet, double crochet, that's kind of why it's called that. And with this stitch, this is used in so many projects. It's actually my personal favorite stitch because it's a good balance. It's tall enough so you feel like every time you do a stitch that you're making a lot of progress, because the single crochet, you do a whole row and you're kind of like, okay, I didn't go too far. But with a double crochet, you feel like you're making a lot of progress, but it's also really easy to do. It's not that hard, and it just has a good fluid movement to it. So let's look at how to do this stitch. So here we are with some yarn and my size J crochet hook. So I thought I'd show you guys this yarn because this is why when you get a skein of yarn, you should either keep it in the packaging or else you should wind it into a ball first thing, because this is a big giant mess. So we're going to use this tail guy right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with doing the chain and stuff so you understand, you know, how to actually start a project, because sure, it's great to know how to do this double crochet stitch, but it's not going to do you much good if you can't actually work with it. So today our goal is going to be to do 10 double crochet stitches going across. So we're going to start with a slip knot like I showed you guys in one of my first videos. And since we want 10 double crochet stitches to be worked in here, we're going to do 10 chain stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, what did I mean? 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we changed the camera angle, so hopefully you can see this better. But what I've got going on right here is I just did 10 chain stitches. And each of these chain stitches are going to provide a spot for me to work a double crochet. So we want to do a double crochet, and I know I said that a double crochet is about twice as tall as a single crochet stitch, and yes, that is true, but there's also another stitch called the half double crochet. So a chain stitch is about the height of, a single crochet stitch is about the height of 1 chain, and a double crochet is about the height of 3 chains, because there's this other stitch that's the height of 2 chains. So I know that might be a little confusing, but what you want to remember is it's about the height of 3 chains. So we've got our spots to work in, but we need to now come up the side like I showed you. So since we're doing a double crochet stitch, we're going to do 3 extra chains to provide that wall, which is called our turning chain. So we've already got our 10. So 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to turn our work this way. So we have a total of 13 chains, but we're only going to work the double crochet stitch into 10 of them. So that means we need to skip the first 3. So 1, 2, 3, we're not going to work in those. We're going to come in this guy right here. I'll kind of pull them big so you can see. So to do the double crochet stitch, let me get a little more slack here from my tangled yarn. It's pretty simple, and there's not really any new techniques that we haven't learned. It's just applying them in different ways. So when we did the chain, we started by inserting our hook, the single crochet, we started by inserting our hook into the previous row. And that's going to be the same idea here with a double crochet, but first we want to yarn over before we insert the hook in. So we're going to start with yarn over, and then we insert our hook where we want the stitch to be. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and go in chain number 4. So now you can see we have 3 loops on the hook. This guy is from when we did the original chain coming this way. This loop right here is our yarn over, and this guy right here is where we inserted the hook. So now the next step is we're going to chain over again, and we're going to pull this, yarn over. I'm having problems with the terminology today. We're going to yarn over again, and we're going to pull the yarn over through this loop here. So we're going to yarn over and pull it through just one loop on the hook. And now we're back down to 3. And to finish this off, you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So let me show you. Yarn over, pull this yarn over through 2 loops, so through 1, through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now you can see it's kind of coming together. We've got the turning chain on this side here, and right here we have a double crochet stitch. So let's go through that again so you can master the steps. First we yarn over before we insert the hook anywhere. And you can see right here, this one that's kind of pulled big. That's where we worked the previous double crochet. So we want to come to the next chain, which is this guy right here. And while we've got our yarn over on here, we're going to insert the hook through the work. And we've got 3 loops now. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 1. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And that leaves us with just 1 loop on the hook, which means we have completed the stitch. So you can see that we've got this nice tall row coming across of stitches. Let's do it again. Yarn over, insert the hook into the next spot, yarn over, pull through 1. Need a little more slack here. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. So the big difference between this and the single crochet, with a single crochet, you insert, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's pull that guy out. But the key with a double crochet is you want to remember to yarn over before you go into the chain. Because if you forget to yarn over first, you're going to end up pretty much doing a single crochet. So you want to remember to yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So let me finish out this row so you can see what a full row of double crochet looks like. Okay, now here we are at our last double crochet. I'll work it a little slower so you can watch one more time. And there we go, we have a row of double crochet. So let's talk about how to count these. Double crochet, in my opinion, are easier to count than single crochet because since they're taller stitches, you can kind of see how there's these holes kind of between them. And if you want to make the holes smaller, you could use a smaller hook. But for right now, for this tutorial, we're just using a larger hook. And while you learn, I would still recommend using a larger hook because it's easier to work with. So you can kind of see that there's these tall posts and then there's a space in between them. And so each one of these posts is a double crochet. So let's see if we actually got 10 because that was our goal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we have our turning chain. So we did what we wanted to do. And in some patterns, you will let the turning chain count as a stitch. And if you let it count as a stitch, when you work back across, you would work a double crochet into the turning chain. But if you just keep working in just the double crochet and let the turning chain just kind of be on the side, you'll get a cool pattern where instead of it being a squared edge, it'll kind of be bump, bump, bump each row that you have the turning chain there. And there you go, that's the basics of doing the double crochet stitch. Hey, thanks so much for watching my video. So hopefully now you understand how to do the double crochet stitch. And as always, practice, practice, practice. The more you practice it, the easier the stitch will get. And soon you will be able to successfully and quickly do the chain stitch, the single crochet stitch, and the double crochet stitch. And that is really awesome. Keep it up, you guys. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about how to go up multiple rows with the double crochet stitch, and that's how you'll be able to start making projects. So, until next time, have a great time. Bye!